Hey everyone, welcome back to more Premier Drafts in the Midnight Hunt. It's been a while. It's been a bit since I've done these, but not long enough it seems. We're going to just jump on in. As always, black seems very strong, but I don't want to force draft black if I can avoid it. Other than that, blue and green also seems extremely powerful, so I'm hoping to try to get like a blue and green deck. That's actually something I really enjoy. Which also shows me that I should probably pick some red-white. Something more distinct. Something that's not always the same. So, we'll find out what we're offered. Well, okay, so Sigarda's Splendor seems like a bad card. So, I might try Sigarda's Splendor in just a bit. How's it going, Lambo Droid? There is Burn the Accursed and Olivia's Midnight Ambush, so it's black, red, or white, really. I think those are the three choices. Well, I guess Play with Fire. Okay. So, Sigarda's Splendor or Play with Fire is the two options. Sigarda's Splendor, I'm going to speculate for it. Here's the thing that people don't realize. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 1 life, and the draw, you always note your life total, even if you don't draw a card off of this. Meaning that Sigarda's Splendor can be played. If the board is stable, you could just play a single white card, and you draw a card if the board is stable. So I'm going to go for Sigarda's Splendor. The Sunset Revelry might make it around, so that's good. As long as you have white cards, this basically synergizes with itself. I don't really need any greater synergy like Ritual Guardian, but the fact that I have several is pretty great. Otherwise, Play with Fire, Burn the Accursed would be really good for red. Alright. Faithful Mending is gaining life and drawing cards, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain whether I want to be the Faithful Mending deck. And if I am, I'm always picking Organ Hoarder. Organ Hoarder is never coming back around. Faithful Mending might. It is a 2-color card. It's a lot harder for people to pick it. This is a single-color card, and it's the best card in the format. And it will get me my white cards for Sigarda's Splendor Serve stuff. So, and white-blue is a very nice color. It has all the Disturbed cards. My very first deck was a blue-white Disturbed deck, and I went 6 wins. So I trust that this will be a strong card. Nothing else really stands out. Village Wash is pretty nice if I want to be aggressive. I find that I'm not the best at aggressive decks, so going more defensive and value-oriented just sounds like a stronger choice. Alright. Firmament Sage is a fantastic card, so I'm happy to see it. I didn't look at the other cards. I know there were 3 uncommons, so far rares and uncommons have all been taken, so no signals yet. With the exception of my Organ Hoarder. So I'm going to go with the Firmament Sage. When you have day and night cycling back and forth, this is a very powerful card. Just all the value engine you need. 2 cards I'm already playing for duo color. I could just end up not picking Sigarda's Splendor, but Organ Hoarder and Firmament Sage are great for blue. My general theme is, on the first pack, I treat myself as 4 color, and then as we end up getting, as we get to the second pack, I decide, alright, I don't need this color anymore. Now I'm 3 color. And then this pack, oh, I don't need this A color. Now I'm 2 color. And usually most decks are 2 color. If we get all the good cards in a single color, then why not be monocolored? But that happens very rarely. Firmament Sage is great. Alright. We have another Faithful Mending coming around. That might just push us into blue-white fully. Morning Patrol is also great, especially for this kind of deck. So I might just pick Morning Patrol. I mean, it does stop a lot of the 2/2s. It has Vigilance, which means I could attack in without too much concern. I might just want to pick this to cut off the... Yeah. So, someone took a common, which means people don't really like playing the dual colors. I'm going to pick the Faithful Mending, because it might not come back around. And by picking it, I show that this direction is taken. Revenge of the Drowned is also great, but I want to try to lock down, make sure people don't try to take my colors. Alright, Ominous Roost. So Ominous Roost really does synergize with Faithful Mending sort of decks. I'm going to pick it as a speculative. This might not make it into the deck, but if I could get more Disturb cards, the other Faithful Mending, then Ominous Roost can be a very powerful finisher for my deck. It's a question of, can I do that? Otherwise, I'm losing a Sun Gold Barrage, a Drown Your Amalgam, and a Shipwreck Sifters, all good cards, but I want to try to speculate for this kind of cool, fun stuff. Alright. Cathar Commando is pretty nice. Destroys random enchantments and stuff coming around. It's a 3-1. I could leave up the 2 mana for a Faithful Mending or another effect. Dissipate, I am one of the guys who likes counter spells, but I think the Cathar Commando is actually a more solid card. Hobbling Zombies, not bad. Like, as I said, like, I'm kind of pushing this right now, and that might end up badly for me. Like, for example, I should probably pick the Sunrise Cavalier here, because it's such an absolutely strong card, and it has one of the 2 colors. If I want to be safe, Morning Patrol is safe. Candle Trap's good. But Sunrise Cavalier basically says, if I end up being red, it is just... If I end up being red-white, gain rid of the blue, it's so powerful with... That being said, I only have Cigar Splendor and Cathar Commando. But, So it's, do I want to be strong or safe, is the big question. Larder Zombie is also pretty good, but usually want to do that in blue-black, where you have a bunch of creatures. You like Patrol here? Alright, I'll be with you on there, because, yeah, it's definitely a much safer pick. Alright, so this next pack is the pack we got. We might get a Faithful Mending back here. By the way, how's it going, Subbers? Jump. Been a while since we hung out. And I really need to hang out more, Surf Theme. Secrets of the Key kind of works with Ominous Roost. It makes us more of a higher level of value deck, but it is a very slow card, because you have to pay 2 mana for each of the clues as well. I think I actually prefer the Dissipate here. It does exile a card, which is strong. Ritual Guardian's not bad either, specifically because we have things like Cigar de Splendor, but... Alright. So we did not get our Faithful Mending back, but the Sunset Revelry might be good in this sort of deck. We are going to be discarding a lot of cards, putting cards in our grave. This is going to gain us life, get us human tokens, and then possibly draw us a card. I do think I like it of the options, but I am a little suspicious of where our decks go. Alright, I guess we didn't lose the Faithful Mending. Alright, well, blue-white is kind of open for us then. We'll take a Devious Cover-Up, get ourselves some more counter spells. Blessed Defiance. So I've seen what this card works is really good. It's just like, I don't know if this is the deck where this works. Join the Dance also seems like if we could splash green, that would be great. And green is the color you'd like in a splash, but we can actually play this Sun Gold Barrage, just a kill spell. A white kill spell made it all the way around, as well as a Dissipate. Our colors are open. Our colors are open, everyone. Memory Deluge. This is constructed level card advantage value engine. And it's not like constructed level because it has all these synergies. It's constructed level because it's just a good card. And we have 2 Dissipates to synergize with it, and a Devious Cover-Up. The Beloved Beggar fits for our deck a bit more, but this is just huge. And, like, they both fit for our deck. This also has Flashback, which works for the Ominous Roost. So we are blue-white value, it seems. At least right now. We're hoping to get the Beloved Beggar back. Unlikely. Someone's getting Sunrise Cavalier, their second Sunrise Cavalier, and be very happy. We could grab the Gavany Trapper. It is a tap down. Baithook Angler is another Disturb. Like, we do have options. I've started with a Memory Deluge because it's freaking Memory Deluge. And another Firmament Sage. Oh my gosh. We could grab the Devious Cover-Up, try to do that deck again with double Dissipate, double Devious Cover-Up. I don't want to force that. I definitely do not want to force that. That being said, we have a Firmament Sage, we have a Memory Deluge, we have an Organ Hoarder. Like, every 4-mana card is just absolute value engine. Every 4-mana card so far has been an absolute value engine for us. We might actually pick the Chaplain of Arms, just because we need more early game. How many creatures? 4 creatures, 11 non-creatures. We're picking the Chaplain of Arms, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Like, because we have so many 4-drops and all of them are good, like, the Devious Cover-Up probably does not make it into the deck. So, I'm going to pick the Chaplain of Arms. And they're, like, every good card in blue is 4 mana. Like, we have Organ Hoarder, we have, Drowned from the Grave or whatever it's called. But yeah, a lot of the really good blue cards are 4 mana. Loyal Griff is great. So here's a theme with Loyal Griff. If I get one of my Disturb cards, so Morning Patrol, if I have the Morning Apparition, and I protect the Morning Apparition by bouncing to the hand, I could replay as Morning Patrol to get all the value from it, even the Disturb effect. So Loyal Griff sounds great. It has Flash and Flying, so I could hold up Dissipate and the Loyal Griffs. So that sounds fantastic. Which should be noted now that I have a lot of 3-mana value cards. Hallowed Respite could actually make it all the way around. Mysterious Tome is more value. Morning Patrol is another Morning Patrol. I'm not sure if we need more value, because we have... Like, Cigar de Splendor is probably not making it. We have a Firmament Sage, a Memory Deluge, an Organ Hoarder. So Hallowed Respite is another flashback card. I could tap down their creatures, or I could use it to like bounce back the Morning Patrol, bring it back as a 3/4 vigilance after it comes in as a 2/1 flying. Unruly Mob is good too, isn't it? It is if I had more creatures. I'm gonna go for the Hallowed Respite. It is a rare. It's probably the wrong pick. I'm gonna state right now that was probably the wrong pick, but it's the fun pick. We have 2 Faithful Mendids and a Hallowed Respite. We have all the blue-white flashback alongside an Ominous Roost. Oh my gosh, we have the Ominous Roost. You're right. Unruly Mob would have been great there. Because I could just start swinging with all the Roosts, and if they have blockers, I don't really care. Alright, well, Lunarch Veteran is coming in. Candle Trap, Unruly Mob. Respite probably comes back around. Yeah, it probably did. You're correct. But we were in pack 4, so there really would be very few cards. If one person is rare drafting, then I lose it. Alright, 8 instants, 2 sorceries. So there are 10 cards that Delver's Secrets can flip with. Unruly Mob. We do have Sunset Revelry. We do have cards that make more. We are not picking that rare, so I'll pick the Unruly Mob. We'll get Delver's Secrets another time, probably. Alright. So, here's the question. We could grab just a general good card. We could rare draft and play the rare. We do have 20 cards in our deck already. Yeah, I think we have 20 cards with our deck already. We want premium cards whenever. This is a land. You can always splash a land. It's a land that works with us, and it's a rare draft. So, it's not the best card here, but we're going to be cutting cards anyways. And so, I'm happy just picking the rare and getting a land that's always going to see play. Okay. Do we want a second Hallowed Respite just to be that person? I'm considering it. I am legit. Oh my gosh, we could Hallowed Respite the Organ Hoarders. No, we don't. I know we don't, but I know we don't need it. I know it's a bad pick. I know it's a bad pick. I'm so happy I took it anyways. Alright. Greed. Yeah, no, we're going to get slaughtered because of that greed. I know. I'm certain. Alright, Gavany Trapper allows me to tap down their biggest threat. I actually really value the Gavany Trapper, so I'm going to pick it. Drowning Yard Amalgam's not bad either, but we already picked the Gavany Trapper. And hey, look, we get Drowning Yard Amalgam anyways. Yep. Stormire Spirit in case we want another 5-drop. Every single card in our deck has been playable. Alright, Morning Patrol, another Vigilance Disturb card. Sounds great. The Homestead Courage is definitely something I could consider. But again, we might need more creatures. Morning Patrol is not a bad creature at all. The Vigilance is nice. The Disturb is nice. Yep, exactly, Lambo Droid. I was very happy about getting that extension. An uncommon green card made it around. Alright, well, we can't splash these colors in time, but there is an Organ Hoarder, and the Organ Hoarder is fantastic. So we're grabbing the Organ Hoarder. We're hoping to get back the Cathar Commando. Our curve is actually looking pretty nice. We probably could use more 2-mana creatures. Splash the Unnatural Growth. We'd be splashing the entire rest of the deck, basically. That'd be funny, though. Alright, Larder Zombie or Cathar Commando? So Larder Zombie sounds like it'd be a bad decision. But keep in mind, it allows us to, like, throw our Disturbs into the grave. It is a 1/3 for a more defensive-looking deck. I don't know what our deck's going to look like. I'm just going to pick the solid cards, and then we're going to, like, deck build at the end, and we're going to have a lot of... We're going to figure out what kind of deck this is. Is this aggro with a lot of card draw to support the aggro? Is this control with enough low-to-the-ground creatures to support it? Like, which version of this deck are we playing? Oof. Either way, I do like the Gale Drifter. It's a 3/2 flyer, which is great, and then it becomes another flyer with Disturb. And then also with the Hallowed Respites, I could get a 4/3 flyer, which is pretty solid in stats. And then when it dies, I get it back basically. So, could go with Gale Drifter. Winterhorn Blessing is pretty nice. So Bait Hook Angler if I want more 2-drops, Loyal Griff if I want to go more value. So it's either the Loyal Griff or the Bait Hook. I think at this point, let's see. So we have two Cathar Commandos, an Unruly Mob, and the rest of our 2 drops are not creatures. So we're grabbing the Bait Hook Angler because we need more creatures for 2. Alright. Another Firmament Sage. Wow. I mean, I'll pick it so that if I go for the value engine, I have all the value engine I need. Oof. But yeah, we're at 31 cards in a 23 card deck, guys. So this isn't going to... Cards are getting ripped out, I just don't know which ones. Alright, Revenge of the Ground is a great card, just gives you the tempo when you need it, stops their aggression, blows, like they combat trick, you counter combat trick. Yeah, blue-white was very open. I was just about to say, too bad we didn't get Devoted Graphkeeper, and then there it comes. Devoted Graphkeeper, 7th pack of the third, 7th pick of the 3rd pack. Good to see you, Glitchless Ron. Yeah, good to see you too. Yeah, I usually take a week off before I, every 2 weeks I take a week off to work on YouTube videos and the like. And it just so and like that finished up. And what happened is during that time it got very cold. And I ended up, like, I actually cannot speedrun right now because my hands are too cold right now, so. Alright, Geist Wave actually does work really well with things like the Morning Patrol, where you bounce it back to your hand and they get to play again. I am putting in the sideboard as well, though. But worth noting. 1 Martyr Zombie in case we want it. Celestia Sanctifier in case we want it. And we're just rare drafting this Winterhorde Blessing. Amazing card, but we're not splashing green for it. 3-bit Exorcism, no chance it gets played. So the question is, what cards do I rip out? So Blessed Defiance needs to go. Sunset Revelry, I'm not so sure of. Yeah, with all this value engine, I think Sunset Revelry goes. Between the Faithful Mending and the Hallowed Respite, I actually like the Hallowed Respite more. We're gonna rip one there. Ominous Roost, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, okay, so it's whenever you cast a spell from the graveyard. So 1, 2, 3, E4, 5. I'm ripping out that. 6, 7. Alright. Just ripping out the cards that are too good. I'll probably cut a land because a lot of our card advantage, we have a lot of card advantage engines. 2 Firmament Stages, 2 Organ Hoarders, and a Memory Deluge. Honestly, we could probably cut a Firmament Stage because we have too much value. Yeah. The Devious Cover-Up, I'm also going to cut. It's just a 4-mana counter spell, and we don't want to have that right now. Now the question is, what's the last card cut? I really like these 1-drops. I think we do cut a land, but I think we only cut a single land. I don't think we go down to 15. Okay, I'm just going to... Well, actually, I could check like this. So we have 56% white. So we can play Sigarda Splendor if we want. But it is an enchantment. I'd rather have a creature that can block bodies. It does gain us life, but I'm not sure that's exactly valuable right now. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of deck we are. Unruly Mob might actually... Well, if I take out Unruly Mob, what am I playing on turn 2? So on turn 2, I'm either playing Cathar Commando. I get a hold up to 2 mana, so I could also have Faithful Mendings. The Devoted Graphkeeper is great. So great, in fact, I think we cut out the Unruly Mob and we put in the other Faithful Mending because of the Devoted Graphkeeper just being so strong. No. I don't think Faithful Mending is that strong to value it that highly. We have 1... Okay, so let's count our Disturb. 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm carrying the flashback as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we have 11. Okay, I think the Drownyard Amalgam is actually the cut. We have the Devoted Graphkeeper. We have these Hallowed Respites to get value. This is just like a big body, but we already have so much card advantage. I don't think we need it. And now it's a perfect 58-58 split of islands and plains. So I think I'm going to cut the island because we want the plains first. Two Hallowed Respites. I want to be clear, this is probably a bad decision, but I want to play with this card. I want to see if it's any good. Just moved my mic forward because I realized it might be a little far away. But yeah, I want to see if this card's any good. So having 2 copies of it in the deck is great. A Dissipate behind it, an Ominous Roost. With the island being gone, you know what? I think I actually do it like this because I have 2 Dissipates which require 2 double blue. I have 2 Memory Deluges which require double blue. The only double white is Scarred Splendor, which I pulled out. So yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 value card draw value engines, plus all the Disturb with Faithful Mending, a Hallowed Respite, and like all the mill. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna see how this fares. Could be a weird deck, but we're gonna see how this fares. Juggy is our opponent. Over in Platinum, it looks like. Either way. So we have 1 more blue than white, and we happen to get double plates. I hate mulliganing in Limited. We have 3 draws at a blue. So yeah, we go second. So we have 1 draw, 2 draw, 3 draw. So we have 3 draws at a land for Morning Patrol, or for a blue for Faithful Mending and the like. So I'm going for it. This could bite me in the butt. If he plays a red and Kessig Naturalist, I get destroyed. But I just do not like mulliganing. We have 3 draws out of land and 16 lands in our deck. Ugh. Alright. Well, if it ever gets too big, we can destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, which means the next buff allows me to kill it. Alright. Tapping at the window to try to make it bigger, which actually allows us to hit it with Sungold Barrage. It has Trample, too. Wow, that's impressive. Alright, Eccentric Farmer. Nice. No blocks. And we're probably just going to Sungold Barrage that unless we draw a land worth not doing that. And we're just going to do that now. It does return the forest to their hand, which is actually better to do now before they have the farmer. So, like, because they have the farmer to get more cards in their graveyard and return lands. Now there are no lands in their graveyard, so if they play Eccentric Farmer, they have the possibility of missing. Alright. Are you going to play Rogue Legacy today? My hands are actually too cold to play Rogue Legacy right now. It's kind of comedic. Alright, we got our island. Oof. So I think the first play is actually Gale Drifter to contest the Falcon Abomination. We can draw the Organ Hoarder later. If we ever get the Faithful Mending play, we could use that. Morning Patrol stops their disturbing zombie, and alright, so this is lethal amounts of damage very soon. I think I start with that. And I worked for a Cathar Commando to destroy the unnatural growth. Ugh. So yeah, I think I Organ Hoarder. Look, there are usually there are some 1-drops that I could pick up to play. Yeah, totally, it is a beatable card, but we definitely had a very bad. Oh my god. I know how we're going to beat it, actually. So we're going to play Ominous Roost. This gives us a 1/1 flyer that we can use to block. And if they attack with a Falcon Abomination, we just block it. We get Faithful Mending to loot through our deck, and then we have a Faithful Mending. We'll probably get rid of the Dissipates because we're having trouble actually using them right now, because we have very little blue, and now with all our cards being blue, we're not going to have enough blue mana to hold up Dissipates. Alright. They're a 3-color deck. Which, if they're doing 3-color, black and green makes sense. Alright. Gavany Trapper sounds great. The additional lands also sound great, honestly. I think I still discard the island, though. Alright. So I could Gale Drifter and Gavany Trapper. Get myself a Tapper ready. Get myself another Ominous Roost trigger. This is whenever I cast a spell in a graveyard. Yep. So I am holding that down. This will allow me to start tapping down the creatures. Even if I get a Natural Growth destroyed, they have a Dryad's Revival, so I have to wait. So even finding that card that I need isn't useful yet. Alright. I'm gonna wait. If they attack with Cedric Farmer, that's good. That allows me to swing back with my Morning Patrol. Alright. It seems like they're running out of cards, except they have a Dryad's Revival at the bin, as well as some big creatures, like the Slogurk. Makes me wish I had the Dissipate open, but oh well. We have a Revenge of the Drowned we could possibly grab. Oh, I can just tap down the Slogurk with Gavany Trapper. Alright, so they have the reanimation. They already got rid of it. So I could play Cathar Commando, destroy the Unnatural Growth right now. And, yeah, they already took care of their Dryad's Revival. So I can do that, destroy it. Then I hold up a Dissipate and a Gavany Trapper if I want to use it. Nah, we're winning by control. We have Faithful Mending. We can use that with a Whale Drifter to double block the Falcon Abomination. Or we can use it to, as expected, dissipate whatever they play here. They have so much mana open. They're playing something, I think. Well, let's see what they do. Alright, so they are attacking with all. I think I double block the Slogurk. Yeah, I think I'm going to double block the Slogurk. They only have 2 lands in the graveyard. So they could choose to kill the Whale Drifter or the Morning Patrol. If they have a combat trick, I dissipate it. They are getting some good value with Slogurk. Not going to deny that. Question is, what do they do with all of this mana? I'm waiting because I'm assuming they're going to have Shadow Beast Sighting, and I want to be ready to stop that. If not, I could Faithful Mending, get myself some life, get myself a 1/1. Path to the Festival and Churn the Earth was put in their grave. Alright. Churn the Earth is actually going to be really strong for them here. I might actually have to dissipate the Churn the Earth to prevent them from getting more Slogurks. Okay, no, we're good with them Path to the Festival. Just getting, basically throwing out all lands from their deck. That is actually an issue. They are getting rid of every single land in their deck. My turn? Alright. Go Faithful Mending real fast. Get myself an Ominous Roast token. Whew. I can now start tapping down the Falcon Abomination. Yep, okay, so they Churn the Earth, putting more threats into their deck. Alright, that's definitely going to the grave. And yeah, I think the Cathar Commando... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. They did not return... Okay. So they returned the card. I'm going to keep the Cathar Commando so that if they get Unnatural Growth, I can take it out. Well, we're starting with Lunarch Veteran. We now have the Tap and the Dissipate both open. That's awesome. So I can tap down the Falcon Abomination and still have Dissipate ready. Oof. This is still game one. Yes, they made a long form deck. I also have a long form deck. The Unnatural Growth was destroyed. We have 2 destructions to the Unnatural Growth. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they have a lot of lands. They're about to run out of lands in their deck, is my guess. So, oof. This is still game one. How's it going, Suicune? How's it going? Just playing a long, hard-fought game of Magic the Gathering right now. Torsionist Troop for 5. Okay, I think we do need to dissipate this, unfortunately. If they get their Unnatural Growth, we just have to destroy it naturally. Yeah, I can't... Contortionist Group is going to give them too much value. While they have a lot of strong cards, they have not much on board. And that's where I'm winning. I'm winning this game because they don't have board right now. Duel for Dominance. Alright. I am going to tap down their Falcon Abomination while that Duel for Dominance is on stack. Alright. You're just sucked into Final Fantasy 14 right now? Makes sense, makes sense. Alright. Well, definitely attack with Morning Patrol. I think I attacked with Lewis Phantom and a bird here. Yep. I already played and replayed my Faithful Mending, so that's unfortunately not a theme. Holding up 2 cards, both have Flash. Slogurk came back. Unfortunate. But the Unnatural Growth did not come back, so we have that as a positive. Slogurk just being a pain. Oof. Pretty sure I win this race with the Falcon Abomination. I win the race. Alright, so the question is, are they holding up Secrets of the Key, or are they going to use Path to the Festival? Alright. What's wrong when they're going to do that? Whew. Fish MSQ reached 80 on my White Mage. Alright. Whew. These are not what I'm looking for. I'll play 1 land. I'm not using Luminous Phantom on the Falcon Abomination. That's just not happening. Alright. Started out with 9 enough blue. Now we're in this situation. They definitely have a very strong control deck. But they are starting to run out of cards. That is actually... I might be able to win by them milling themselves. That is actually a possibility. I think at this point, if they get their Unnatural Growth, I just lose. I might just have to Cathar Commando, killing the Eccentric Farmer. They have no creatures in the graveyard for Death Bonnet Sprout. So... I'm blocking with Morning Patrol against the Eccentric Farmer. Oh. Wow. That's a positive. They have so many lands. Yep, they had Slogurk and Eccentric Farmers, so they have so many ways to mill lands. It's unprecedented. Nothing I could really do about it. They're attacking with a 5/5. I can block with the Morning Patrol just to put this in my grave so I can bring it out. It's a 2/1 Flying Vigilance versus a 1/2 Flyer. I actually like that. Get myself more birds. Luminous Phantom gives me life. This game is still winnable, though it's very much going out of my favor. And drawing these lands do not help. That is why I want to make sure. Yeah, we have just the land counts are becoming a major issue. The fact that they didn't even pay for Path to the Festival surprises me. That I do not understand. This is definitely, yeah, I know what that is. It's definitely the unnatural growth, and they're waiting for me to make a mistake. Because they have, yeah, they have 14 lands, 2 Paths to the Festivals. They might just not be playing the Path to the Festivals because they don't want to, it causes you to get a basic land card and put it on the battlefield tapped, and they might not want to actually be putting cards to the graveyard like that. Whatever they're holding up is actually an instant, or they're holding full control. One or the other, because nothing on the battlefield has instant speed mobility. They do have lethal in multiple ways, but they have not been attacking in like it. So my guess is whatever they think I'm holding up is intimidating them. So that's one of the values of just holding lands, because they don't know it's just lands. I think my win condition is actually mill, unfortunately. 8 cards left in deck versus 16 cards left in deck. And the fact that they have so many cards to reuse the cards of the graveyard just meant that they had a better deck for going the long game. Which, by all means. We draw our land. Like, we have certain cards to help us get card advantage, and we had to mill 1 to get ourselves some immediate tempo due to a bad start, and the rest we lost due to other forces. Devious cover-up would actually be really good here, but... Alright, Stormrider Spirit was it all along. And that's actually terrifying. Stormrider Spirit is actually terrifying. Alright. 8. Okay. Yep. They're playing smart now. Finally playing smart. Attacking with everything. Wow. Even the Death Bonnet. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alright. Time to do some blockers math. So first of all, that goes here. This goes here. Here's the question from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Oh, can only block creatures with flying. Right, right. So if we go... Oh, like this. These both have trample, and that's basically the main issue. I need to prevent their damage, and all my creatures have 1 health. Yeah. I am dying this turn. I cannot think of a way I could survive. Oh, I know. I thought of a way I could survive. but I don't like it. Alright. So I do this. And we destroy the bramble armor, and that's going to give us a life, so we're surviving at 1 from this combat. We're losing everything, but we're surviving at 1. Unfortunately, the Luminous Phantom does trigger, thank goodness. Yeah, do they even have lands left in their deck? 6, 7, 8... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's either all the lands in their deck. Yeah, I think that's all the lands in their deck. I don't think they could even... unless they added lands to their deck. Yep. They played every single land in their deck. And we drew 3 lands in a row when we needed more... resources. RIP. Precisely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and we only drew through half our deck, so... Yep. We drew lands inopportunely. They drew every land in their deck. I'm impressed by their deck. I will not deny they had a very solid deck. But we got mana ruined at the beginning, and then we proceeded to just get wrecked at the end there. So, I don't, like, maybe if I played better, maybe if I didn't lose the Organ Hoarder, this could have done better. But, like, the Hallowed Respites weren't even in a theme, because I drew 0 of them. Like, yeah, I think that was just misfortune more than anything. Alright, Lunarch Veteran. Don't do this to me again, game. Don't do this to me again. Because I'm keeping this hand. I don't like mulliganing in Limited, unless there's a darn good reason for it. We have 3 lands. A blue gives me Faithful Mending. And the Faithful Mending gives me ways to get, you know, Memory Deluge in the grave, all the other resources. Not being able to cast your spells is a darn good reason. I have 3 turns to draw lands. I have 3 turns to draw a land to cast spells. 3 turns to draw a land to cast a spell. In Limited, where you're not guaranteed anything, really. There it is. Alright. I think we hold up the Faithful Mending, though. Alright. So with Faithful Mending, putting those 2 in my grave. I'm going to hold it up, though. They are a 3-color deck, and they managed to get their multicolored card on curve. That is impressive. My boy, you have an impressive curve here. Alright. That thing has Vigilance. Wow. Now they have Coven. Oof. Alright. I think we discard the Plains and the Hallowed Respite. We get the Deserted Beach, we get a hold up Dissipate and Memory Deluge. And the Memory Deluge could be my way out here. Alright. Yeah, I think holding up the Dissipate is correct. We also hold up a second Faithful Mending if we really want to. And a Dissipate. I think we are blocking the Dawnhart Warden with my Lunarch Veteran and gain ourselves more stuff in the grave. I could tap it down and then I still hold up the Dissipate, but I don't hold up the Memory Deluge. Is this worth Faithful... I think we are happy Faithful Mending if there's nothing to dissipate. Alright. I'm blocking the 2-1 with my Lunarch Veteran. If you offer it. Nope. Play something worth dissipating. The purple swamps, yeah. So I like the design of these, but the purple swamp was definitely one of those that had a flawed design in all of this. Alright. Sun Gold Barrage is fantastic. Do I throw out the Memory Deluge? If I throw out the Memory Deluge, then I think I'm going to throw out one of the Dissipates. It hides the fact that I have a Dissipate. Alright. So we're going to actually end our turn here. We have a Dissipate and a Sun Gold Barrage. We're held up. We're also holding up Tap plus Memory Deluge. They have 5 mana that they just left, did nothing with. So, alright. I'm going to Sun Gold Barrage that now. I wonder if that stops Coven. I do not know if this stops Coven or not. Duel for Dominance, killing the Gavany Trapper. Is the Gavany Trapper worth dissipating for? Not when they have 4 mana open, I don't think. This is sorcery speed. It still kills. We're still killing Dawnheart Rejuvenator, so I'm happy with this. And they have 4 mana they're leaving open, so I'm happy with this. And it stops it. Cool. Awesome. Let's prevent damage on my part. Alright. So I have a Memory Deluge and a Cathar Commando we're holding up. Yeah. The longer this game goes, the better it is for me, I think. Why they can't play their cards with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, I have no idea. And I'm happy losing the Lunarch Veteran. I have the Hallowed Respites to bring him back as a 2-2. And this is where they do a combat trick. They do not do a combat trick. Alright. Well, we get to dissipate what they play here. Yep. Yep, I definitely like Devoted Graphkeeper over the Lunarch Veteran right now. I could play both. Yeah, I think we just dump our hand because that I didn't recognize that blue means I can't hold up the Memory Deluge. Alright. We can then Hallowed Respite, bouncing the Luminous bouncing the Hookhunt Drifter if I want. Tapping that down. Yeah, I think I main phase Memory Deluge, looking for a land, so I could play another Memory Deluge, as well as getting the Morning Patrol ready. It does reveal that I don't have a counterspell, but like... Alright. Between these, do I want the Gale Drifter or the Loyal Griff? The Loyal Griff allows me to hold it up as a bounce as they try to kill something. I think I hold back the Devoted Graphkeeper. Yep. We have Loyal Griff held back. We have a Memory Deluge on later turns. Loyal Griff gets a flyer in play on flash speed and helps us protect our Graphkeeper when they duel for dominance or something of that nature. Alright. And if they do nothing, that's to our advantage, not theirs. Yeah, the fact that they're doing nothing... Are they like a 5-color deck and they only have 2 of their colors? Or... Alright. Firmament Sage is going to give us all the lands solutions, all the card draw solutions we need. Oh, I can Hallowed Respite my Organ Hoarder. Oh, I think that's what I'm doing next time. Well, I think this closes out the game. I'm just trying to calculate what could possibly be in their hand. That's my issue right now. There has to be something in their hand, right? They can't have 4 cards in their hand and be doing nothing. I mean, them doing nothing is in my favor. It's just... Okay, I'm playing the Loyal Griff. I'm applying pressure. You may. I'm going to submit 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So if I Chaplain of Arms, I give everything Ward and First Strike. I still get to hold up 3 mana for what, like, which looks like a Dissipate. It gets to tap down their of a Beggar. And I'm pretty sure we just threaten lethal with this. Alright, it's not lethal, but, like, at a certain point, you have to let rip your Meat Hook Massacre. Or something. Borrow time? Alright. Borrowing the Loyal Griff. Yep. There were just so many turns that they did absolutely nothing. Which, like, I guess they just drew the Bird of Mire? Like, I don't know, it's weird, because, like, I was playing slow because I was scared of what they could be possibly holding. And they were just holding lands, which, fair enough, shows that lands are, like, holding lands is valuable in this format because there's so many different combat tricks. Also, it shows that we don't need to, like, it also shows that we were able to win with just holding up. Like, there were so many times we could have been proactive and we were just staying reactive. And it worked out. Alright. We actually have lands this time, everyone. I repeat, we have a proper land fixing. This is not a drill. And they had to one. Oh yeah, by the way, this is their art on the back of their lands. With pride, sir. With pride. Alright. I am playing the island first in case I draw, like, Dissipate into something else. That is a terrifying pony. Is Nightmare... So I have a friend that is a brony, so I happen to know this is Nightmare Moon. This is actually the villain of the first season of the series. So it's meant to be a terrifying pony. Alright, I think playing the Morning Patrol and preventing it from turning into night is more important than tapping that down next turn. Let them loot. If they want to block my Lunarch Veteran, 100%, sir. 100%, Mr. Toro. I don't know if you're a Mr., but... Yep. So this thing's unblockable, and it causes them to draw a card, then discard a card. And if I let flip into nighttime, it then just lets them draw cards. So we don't want this to flip, because then it becomes a card advantage engine like nothing else. Alright. That's exactly why they let it flip. And I think, yeah, they're holding up plenty. There's plenty of things they could be holding up. One of the things is a Dissipate or Flip the Switch. Alright, a Defenestrate. Alright. So the question is, do I tap down to stop their Seafaring Werewolf, or do I just Organ Hoarder to get myself my own card advantage? And I think by my play, you kind of know the answer to that. Don't really need another land. Yeah, let's get up the Morning Patrol so I can double spell soon. Alright. So they are drawing a card off of their Seraphine Werewolf. This card can single-handedly win games if you don't have an answer to it. And I currently do not have an answer to it. But next turn I can Morning Patrol, tap it down with Gavany, and move forward from there. Because I cannot let them turn that into an absolute card advantage engine. They also note they defenestrated my 2-3, not my 0-2. That is a mistake on their part. My Gavany Trapper surviving is a mistake on their part. Another one on not the Gavany Trapper. Alright. And as I go into combat, I'll tap down the Seafaring Werewolf and show them the mistake of double defenestrate on the wrong creature. So now they can't draw cards off the Werewolf. Diagraph Horde is very good on their part, especially with my 2 flashback cards in the grave. Alright. Ooh, awesome. So I can destroy this creature. I get to play Chaplain of Arms. This will flip it back to day. And I can still tap down their Seafaring Werewolf afterwards. We are out of cards, but we are stopping their card advantage engine now. And it makes them want to play nothing this turn. And with the Suspicious Stowaway tapped down, that really leaves them with, like, they want to play something this turn. Dreadhound. Dreadhound's a very powerful card if its very look didn't refill that to you. Yeah, Dreadhound is this is one of the broken rares. This is the broken uncommon. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not worth it. Yeah, we're in a bad spot now. We are in a very bad spot now. We have to keep tapping down the Seafaring Werewolf. The Dreadhound becomes inevitable win condition. The Memory Deluge in the grave acts as an inevitable card advantage on their part. Alright. Yeah, I don't need to flip it tonight. I can block Loyal Glyph my Morning Patrol, or I could save up the Gavany Trapper to tap down the Seafaring Werewolf and Loyal Glyph as they try to kill something. All right, I'll block the decaying I'll block one of the decaying tokens. And yes, they're saying that I lose life off of this, and that's why they're willing to do it. Alright. So 2 creatures died on their part. My guess is they have a card that, like, you kill a damaged creature? Wow. No. Do I just Loyal Glyph to put a flyer in the air? 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 6. They do have so much mana left open, though. I could attack with Chaplain of Arms, turn it into a 2/1 first strike flyer with Ward. They just have so many cards in hand, and if they had a land, they play it so they can Memory Deluge. So those are not lands, those are flash creatures in hand is my guess. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could play this, still hold up Loyal Glyph. Alright. I just realized, yeah, if I attack with all, whatever they block, I get damage in, and then I have a flyer to start pressuring them. So it's actually correct to attack with all. Where mana flows, the Gnarlids follow. I could loyal Griff in response, play it again, and go back to day if I switch it back to day if I'd like. Nah. This now plays a pressuring flyer. We have Gavany Trapper still. Are they about to splash in a third color? Is that why their hand is unplayable right now? They are! Alright. No blocks. Oh my gosh. That's huge. So my entire hand is flash. So I can flash, Revenge of the Drowned, the Dreadhound, and then Loyal Griff, the other card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't play them all while tapping with Gavany Trapper, but I think tapping with Gavany Trapper is more important. No, it's not. I can block the Dreadhound. I'm gonna, yeah, bounce the Dreadhound. If they have a counterspell, they're playing it now. And then I could block Gravity Trapper, Loyal Griff. Alright, awesome. So we do take 2 damage, and we do give them a card draw, but that card draw is just the Dreadhound back. So yeah, if they play their Dreadhound, they actually lose the game here, because they cannot lose 5 creatures in time. And then we play another flyer, and... Alright, Dennick. Cards and graveyards can't be exiled. It's fine. Alright. And that is game. We just play Loyal Griff to gain myself alive. And we're going to decline. And we have 4 damage in the air. Yep. No lifelink, no surprise kill. Yep. Whew. Close games. But that's how I like them. Just on the edge of losing control. Because, yeah, that early suspicious stowaway was scary, but having a Gavany Trapper, and there's just been so many turns where my opponents have just sat there doing nothing. So many turns. Did they just draw a ton of lands? Are all their... Okay, hold up. I actually figured it out. So right here, Gavany Dawnguard, double white in a deck that's just splashing white. They just have too many unplayable cards in their deck. Their deck is absolutely insane. Dennick... These two are like the 2 best rares in the formats, basically. With the best uncommon in the formats. Maybe Morbid Opportunist is a better rare. But, like, their deck is insane. But because of all the splashing of colors that they felt necessary to do, they did not have the consistency. And that cost them. Alright. Diregraph Keeper. Or Devoted Graph Keeper. Yeah. We have 3 draws out of land, and we have a 3-drop, a 4-drop. Like, we have a good curve. Should we draw our lands? We have Devoted Graph Keeper. Alright. Man, and this is why I like just 1-mana creatures that have this extra value. Because just... 1-mana creatures with extra value. Watch me mill both lands. It will hurt, but I'm certain it will happen. Oh! Alright, only 1 land. We're going to be holding up with 2 mana, not white. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Interesting. They didn't use Olivia's here. Awesome. I think I'm happy trading the Devoted Graphkeeper for that. Otherwise, I play Morning Patrol, which I'm also happy trading. Do not have the money for Dissipate, so we're just going to keep applying tempo. If they attack with Hobbling Zombie, I'm actually just not going to block. It's a death. It's a 2/2 Death Toucher, the card that I'm afraid of them getting. Alright. So I could have Hallowed Respite to buff one of these cards. Now, I think I just Unruly Mob and Chaplain of Arms and swing in, basically. What flash creature? Bounding Wolf. Still not something I'm worried about. And now with the Unruly Mob, they have the threats on their side, not mine. Defend the Celestis. Alright. Scary. Just one issue, sir. Or whatever you are, Wooger. We have a Hallowed Respite. We gotta knock your Hobbling Zombie back down next turn. If we'd like. Alright. And then, yeah, I could Hallowed Respite, turn that back into a 2/2 Death Toucher, and have it tapped for a turn. And then we just keep swinging in. 5 mana. It's just so weird that they're, like, my opponents aren't playing spells. Oh, I could just Sun Gold Barrage this. Oh, no, better idea. Just keeps pressure. Taps it down. This is where they force the fight. Yep. A turn late, as expected. Now the Unruly Mob becomes a threat. We're at 25 health, 2 8s, and we're supposed to be the control deck. Or at least that's why I imply myself to be. Interloper. Alright. So I could Hallowed Respite to tap that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we are... Let's see. Yeah, we're just so close to lethal. Yeah, we're probably just being really annoying to him. I apologize. You were behind. I don't see how you come back, especially if those 2 cards weren't good. So, I understand that loss. Alright, so this one... We are on the play, not the draw. If we draw a white, we still only have a few plays. We have no plays until then. This is where I'm actually going to mulligan. Alright. So, I think I actually throw back the Hallowed Respite. This is more of a value card later in the game. The Dissipate gets to be played on turn 3. Like, we have a turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Hallowed Respite does not fit into that. And, yeah. So a big thing of whether you're on the play or on the draw, the fact that because we were on the play, we only had 2 draws at a land, and it basically had to be a plains or there were no plays. And we have less plains than islands. That's why we threw back that hand when we kept much riskier ones. This, on the other hand, we didn't have plays, now we do. Alright. So I'm doing this because they might attack with Gavany Trapper just to... There's a theme. People will attack just to, like, show what's that? Attack to assert dominance. And they would attack straight into Cathar Commando. So the question is, do I Dissipate or do I Devote Graphkeeper here? We're going to Dissipate because they're about a combat trick. Yep. So now we get... We 2 for 1 because we also kill their creature in the process. We took their combat trick and the creature they were protecting with it. Ooh, that's scary. Alright, we're holding this up. We are happy with a double block. It will be a 3/4, so it's probably going to double... It's going to kill both. But we're going to get some value in the process. Alright. Both of those go in the grave, and they're good in the grave, so we'll grab the Deserted Beach. I am happy double trading to stop a creature as powerful as Adeline. They have to play a creature to make this at the... Oh! Ooh. That's good for us. Alright. We have 5 mana. So if we 3... 4 and 2. Alright. I'm going to play Devoted Graphkeeper first. Are the next... Yeah, and then on their turn, I will Faithful Mending to tap down Adeline. And get myself... Yeah, on their turn, I will play Faithful Mending to tap down Adeline and get my creatures back. Unless they kill Devoted Graphkeeper right now. They seem to be targeting it. Duel for Dominance would do the job. It would make my Faithful Mending much worse. Also, I should have played the Deserted Beach, not the Plains. Or did I play an island? Either way, I should have played the Deserted Beach. Yep. Duel for Dominance. They targeted what would be the right creature if it wasn't for the Faithful Mending in my grave. Alright. We're going to hold up looking like we have Counterspell. Once they declare combat, I will Faithful Mending to take down Adeline. Alright. They do have a good deck. Cannot deny that. Cannot flip that until they get another creature for Coven. Just waiting for them to come up with a decision. Counter traps that. Okay. Ooh, I can Hallowed Respite this now. Awesome. Do I want to discard the lands for the Hallowed Respite? Or do I want to discard the Hallowed Respite so I can flash it back? If I flash it back, I could tap down the Ambitious Farmhand attack with the 2/1, but I'm not sure if that's even valuable. Yeah, I think the Hallowed Respite is actually more valuable in my hand right now. Awesome. And we even drew a land. So now I have a 4/3. I'd rather have the blue right now. Alright. I'll attack with this because I want them to let me have a 3/1 flyer. Alright, no. Alright, Gale Drifter. Block the Ambitious Farmhand if they try to Coven something. I will trade Organ Hoarder for Adeline. That's a bigger threat. They do have some... If they have Flare of Faith, which we do know that they'd have at least one, this becomes a very threatening position to be in. Really? Really? This surprises me. Oh, they just want to make sure I don't draw more cards of Organ Hoarder. Makes sense. Tap down this guy. I'm gonna play the land in case I draw Fiends Worth Playing. We have enough life that we can just take some Tyler's Holler hits. And we have flyers, card advantage engine, like... Yeah. They don't have Coven. Ooh, that is... They are becoming much more scary. Much scarier. So if I let that switch to Knight, I draw a card, but then it takes my entire turn tapping that down. Actually, hold up, hold up. I'm going to stop at their upkeep. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to stop at their upkeep. End turn. And while that's on curve, target creature. This is only ward 3. I will pay the extra 3. And they would have to flip the Ambitious Farmhand while they still had nothing. Or no knowledge. Which is very hard to justify. I'm okay taking 6 damage. The Ambitious Farmhand cannot flip unless they play a... Okay, that allows it to flip. Alright. I can block the Dire Strain Brawler. Then I get a 3/1 flyer. I then can Hallowed Respite something. Oh. Nah. I'm going to... Hallowed Respite. I could... Ooh, I have my idea. Alright, so they're flipping Ambitious Farmhand. Oh, perfect. Let's see. That leaves 3 mana open. So perfect. Alright. So I can Hallowed Respite, bring that back to play tapped, Revenge of the Drowned this, and attack in. So we Hallowed Respite this, which taps down the Harvesthide Sentry. Okay, hold up. I can Revenge of the Drowned this now. If they want that still in their deck, they have to decline on Gain the Plains. So if they put it on top, it shuffles it back. Yep, so they put it on top, and then if they look for a Plains, it gets shuffled back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're taking 6 in return. I will leave back the Devoted Graphkeeper for survival reasons. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This does prevent me from throwing lethal next turn. I think we go for it. It's going to be daytime. Flare of Faith kills me. I was trying to think, okay, there's nothing that could kill me, right? Flare of Faith kills me. Flare of Faith kills me. Oh, well, they needed to play a creature as well to flip the Ambitious Farmhand for that to kill. Alright. Yep, they're calculating. We have a bunch of flash creatures, so we can actually leave our cards up pretty cleanly. If the zombie token dies, we gain a life off of Luminous Phantom, so that's positive. Alright, they're just attacking with the Devoted Cathar. Oh, they don't have Coven anymore because it flipped. That's funny. Alright. So yeah, I think I'm going to play these on my turn. Yeah, it'll make sense when I do it. So now it turns to night. I draw a card. Gain all of these lands out of the way. Alright. Alright. Alright, so let's see. I block this here. This here, and this here. And then I Loyal Glyph the Firmament Sage. Or I can Loyal Breath of the Cathar Commando. Okay, hold up. Yeah, I'm still going with this. Alright. If they take the trades, I can loyal... Let's see, they'll be at 6. I could deal 6 damage in the air. So... this is still positive for me. I was waiting for them to do a combat trick. They did not have one. I gain a bunch of life. I have a Devoted Grafkeeper in the grave. They think they're alive at 2, but then I play Loyal Griff and they're not. Oh, smart, smart. Very intelligent. I'm going to start with Memory Deluge if I can get around that. I mean, only 2 cards to pick. This turns it back to day, gives me a 1/1. This fight is now airborne. Next turn I can Morning Patrol, still have a Loyal Griff ready. Yep. They needed that card to have flying. Soul Guide Grift is huge because it is a flyer for just 5 mana. Alright. That I don't think changes any of my math. They cannot attack with both. Alright. Block here. I have 4 damage in the air still. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not having that mana for Loyal Griff sucks, though. Memory Deluge. Again, does not leave enough mana open for Loyal Griff. We know they have no hand. Alright, so we have Morning Patrol. We have Gavany Trapper. And I could block with Gavany Trapper, return it to my hand with Loyal Griff. Oof. Close games. Every one of these games are close, and I enjoy that. I love that every one of these games are just close, grindy games. Alright, so we have Lunarch Veteran into Unruly Mob. So while we only have 2 lands, it's of both colors, and it's like we have 2 plays with them already. So even if we miss a land within the next 2 cards, we still have plays. I am happy with this trade. But I'll be even more happy with the Unruly Mob. They're not taking this trade. The question is, do I block if they attack with the Ecstatic Awakener? Yes, I think so. Yeah, I don't want them drawing cards. It's that simple. Oh, beautiful. Ominous Roost blocks creatures with flying. So they would not have attacked if it wasn't for the if I did not attack with the Lunarch Veteran. They would not be trading the Ecstatic Awakener for a Lunarch. But I was happy to trade with the Ecstatic Awakener with an Unruly Mob. This card just gives them card advantage. It would make their Vampire Interloper a value card because they could just sacrifice it now. They'd have a 4/4. Like, they'd have a lot of things that I don't want them to have. Alright. So I could Gavany Trapper. I could Hollow Respite, turn my Lunarch Veteran into a 2/2. That's not the worst idea. I do want to prevent the Stormcook Blood Thief from getting in. I think I'm just going to leave up a Dissipate. For me. They play nothing. That's actually the correct route. Our opponents are no slouches. Alright. So here's an interesting play. So I play Lunarch Veteran, get myself another bird, and Hallowed Respite the Lunarch Veteran, getting it back as a 2/2. That's one play. Another play is Organ Hoarder. Play as a 3/2. I like this one slightly better in some of the weirdest ways. Because they have 4 mana open, mostly. No attacks, don't let the Interloper through. Not until the Blood Thief is dead. They didn't have a combat trick last time. Why would they have it this time? Next turn, I'll Organ Hoarder. They might just be stuck on the fact that they only have a single black. Alright. Not a bad idea on their part. Not a bad idea on their part. Alright. Now it becomes a bit closer to a race. So I'm playing this now so I can play Gravity Trapper and Organ Hoarder. The Organ Hoarder can block the Stormkirk. Memory Deluge in the grave or in the hand? Cathar Commando is a great card. For this, yeah, for this matchup, I think Cathar Commando is more important than Memory Deluge. They could have a Diagraph Horde, which would be really bad for me here, but I can still stop the Stormkirk Blood Thief with my Organ Hoarder. Next turn, I can literally attack and leave my mana open for both Cathar Commando and the Dissipate. Whew. Options. Gravity Trapper will help me hold off the Stormkirk Blood Thief. Hallowed Respite will allow me to basically turn the Stormkirk Blood Thief into not a threat. Yeah, so next turn I could hold up... Yeah, I could tap down with Gravity Trapper, then still have Dissipate and Cathar Commando both held up. Dissipate if they play something worth countering. Cathar if they play something not worth countering. Alright. Not a bad decision. I will see your combat. I will see you a combat trick. Never had it. Alright. And now these two birds get to take my opponent out. I have a Dissipate ready if I need it, a Sun Gold Barrage if I need that, a Cathar Commando if I want that. And I get to tap this down in the process. What you got for me? And we have full dominance as far as I care. These 2/2/2/1/1 flyers are going to be the answer to all of our problems. Alright, so if I Dissipate the Diagraph Rebirth, it destroys it for good. Because it exiles it. Awesome. So now I'm going to hold up Cathar Commando and Sun Gold Barrage. And yeah, I did not want them drawing a card off of the Static Awakener either, so lots of positives there for me. We're one land away from Memory Deluging. Alright. No. Alright, so we can tap that. Still... Okay. No. Better idea. We're going to let the Dreadhound come into play. I'm going to let him try to attack, and then I could Cathar Commando in response. I'd rather apply more pressure. Sun Gold Barrage that now, before they get any card advantage from it. Alright. And no, I'm not blocking. Now I have 5 damage instead of 3. There we are. I could also Hallowed Respite something if I want to make another bird and threaten lethal. Yeah, it threatens lethal. The fact that it threatens lethal means this is the correct play. Six in the air, 5 on the ground. So now if they play a single creature, I can tap it down. Then I could tap down on my turn and get in for lethal. Unless it makes multiple creatures. Mask of Gristleband. Alright, we're going to stop by tapping the 0-4. Yeah, let's Organ Hoarder, see if we can get a win condition here. I think we'll go with the land. Yep. Alright. We're going to do this, and we're going to tap down whatever they equip the Mark of Gristleband to. Because this game is not over, and I want to make sure it ends properly. Yep, so if they're paying 5 mana to do that, they can't equip the Mask of Gristleband, and they cannot Coven with Dawnheart Mentor, so they have... their options are limited. Thank you, Gavany Trapper. Gavany Trapper is just really good in this format. Really, really good. Just tapping these down when I need it to. Yep. Oh, I could sack and kill the Mask of Gristleband if I want. Or I could just kill him this turn. Is this enough damage, sir? What do you think, Darton? Yep. I think that was enough damage. Alright. So, we have an Ominous Roost into a Firmament Sage. We don't have a 2-drop, but we have lands. This is one of those keeps that's like, it's a pretty bad hand, but like, if you can help not mulliganing in draft, you don't mulligan in draft. So... we're keeping this one. Ominous Roost into Firmament Sage. And then we have a Loyal Grift backdrop. Play the white now in case there's something that might need... I'm trying to think if I have anything that needs double white. Alright, Novice Occultist. Bird is equivalent to a 1/1 first striker at this moment. Yep. Alright. Good attack first. See if it's an Embelgast. It's not. I am really scared that if I play, it's plays straight into a Flip the Switch. I'm not playing Flip the Switch. I can Loyal Grift this turn. During their turn. So... and yeah, I'd rather have the Novice Occultist hitting on the ground than allow an opportunity in the air. Alright. And yeah, I'm just playing this out to keep tempo. And to try to force the Flip the Switch now. There it is. Knew there'd be one. Alright. Chime of Arms, and do I want the Firmament Sage or the Organ Hoarder right now? Firmament Sage can block the zombie if I need to. Organ Hoarder can attack through the larder zombie if I need to. I think that's the difference that matters. Graphkeeper or the land and have the Ominous Roost triggers. There we are. Yeah, I want to kill that larger zombie. I will trade my Organ Hoarder for that said larger zombie. Alright. I will have 6 mana next turn, so I could devote Graphkeeper, hold up a Sun Gold Barrage, make it look like I'm holding up a Dissipate. At this point, they could have that 5 mana 3/3 flyer. That could be an issue. Sun Gold Barrage does not hit every single creature, so... More Behemoth. Nice. Oh! Well. Actually. Could destroy that before they have a Flip the Switch ready. And yes, I'm playing the Graphkeeper over the Morning Patrol because this applies pressure now. Oh, they're looking... Oh, because I did it this way, if they tap the Larder Zombie, if they tap... They're thinking if they tap now. By doing it this way, this was actually a genius, I didn't even realize it. If they let that die, they cannot... So now they can't tap with Larder Zombie, but they can block with Larder Zombie. So that was their big challenge that they had to deal with. There we are. So now I have 5 damage in the air. So they're going to need to start responding to that. Alright, Siege Zombie. Does not intimidate me. They could block the Siege Zombie on the Organ Hoarder, but... doesn't help them too much. They still have 3 mana left open. Alright, makes sense. Have to get rid of the flying damage output. Oh my gosh, I could Hallowed Respite my Organ Hoarder to draw more cards. I could... So hold up. I could Firmament Sage. Attack. I could Firmament Sage, Hallowed Respite the Siege Zombie to attack with the Organ Hoarder. I'm going to start with this. Alright. No holding up. I'm doing this just so I can get the damage in now. And the thing is, this actually forces them to start playing cards now. They can't hold up counterspells and stuff. And, yeah, it just puts them in a lot of bad spots. Foul plays that. Alright. So they're tapping down most of their mana. They're holding up a kill spell. There's a 2 mana kill spell that they're holding. Never mind. Alright. So I could Hallowed Respite on the Organ Hoarder. Yep. We kill them in the air, so... Hallowed Respite on the Organ Hoarder. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And the best part is it doesn't look like I'm holding anything up, because it looks like that was just my plays. Yep. Just too much value on my side, too little on theirs. And just, they didn't even see the Dissipate. Like, there was just so many things that were going right for me and wrong for them. How's it going, Vibes? Tough one to keep. So I have 2 draws out of planes to get these on curve. I have 4 draws at a land to get these on curve. Your opponent kept ahead on 7 cards. I'm going to go for it. So we are at 6-1. So we have the opportunity, if things go wrong, we have one more deck. We have one more game after this. Alright. Well, we're going punish right now. I'm doing good. My hands are really cold, so I was just like focusing on playing this. Okay. They're going to kill whatever I play. This mills so I can get value like that, so awesome. Alright. So I could Bait Hook, Angler, and Unruly Mob, or I can Lunark. I will Lunark. If I draw another land, I'll Lunark Veteran and play a better card. Alright. I do want Lunark Veteran soon, because they have shown themselves to be the aggressor, and a very strong aggressor at that. These arrogant outlaws. So arrogant. Yeah, I think the play here is Firmament Sage. Just get ourselves some cards so we can actually get out of this situation. And if I could draw planes, I could Lunark Veteran and Gale Drifter, which will start the life gaining train going. Oof. Always enjoy watching some Magic. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. It just seems like we had a bad like we had a hand that I said was slow. That was the issue. And we faced the red-black burn them down deck. So they do have to play a card here, or else Firmament Sage is going to give me some card advantage. I think I do take this block. They've made it clear that I need to... Like, they're not going to let it go to night very often, and I need to stop the bleeding. So, take the block. Take the block. And that's why a bend in the post seems pretty darn good. Because it forces situations like that. Alright, well I get a Lunark and Gale Drifter at the very least. Get myself some life gain. But we're still stabilizing against an enemy that's still aggressing. The Covert Cutpurse is not a threat whatsoever. I will be blocking with Gale Drifter happily. Their lack of plays is actually a positive for me. I play Chaplain of Arms and start applying pressure with Gale Drifter. Or, let's see. Yeah, I like the Chaplain because... Actually, no, I think I hold up the Dissipate. Yeah. The board is basically stabilized for me, and the Gale Drifter can do the job. I just need to make sure that they can't do any damage beyond the Thermal Alchemist. Alright, so they're Moongrazer slashing the Lunark Veteran. Do I have to dissipate that? If I dissipate it, I keep my life gain around. But then if they get a big threat, I have to deal with that. And they were waiting for me to play the plane, so I can't play it again. Not happy with this Dissipate, but our opponent is being aggressive, and we need to respond. So they make these two unable to block. This blocks Arrogant Outlaw. This blocks Cutpurse. I think I'm alright with that. It seems counterintuitive that I'm alright with that after what just happened, but I think that is the case. They need to apply pressure. I can... Once I make those blocks, they no longer have pressure. So... Yep. So they're making the plays, applying the pressure, and then we just play a Lunarch Veteran and... Yep. They didn't even tap to deal damage. Alright. Now we get a counter pressure. Takes them 7 turns to kill. With Thermo-Alchemist alone. I'm alright with a Covetous Geist. I will... Yeah, I could just attack with both and get any Trapper afterwards. Yep. They are whittling me down, no denying that. But I am returning the favor quite effectively. Alright. Let's see, that can't block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we have lethal. Good game. Whew! Had a lot of work making sure that the aggressor did not win, but the aggressor ran out of cards. I was able to flood the board. The Arrogant Outlaws were great from their part, but I should note this was an aggressor who drew 8 lands and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playables. So we actually got kind of lucky. They did have 6, 7 playables. 8 lands, 7 playables. Still, for aggressor, you don't want to get that diluted. So we did get a bit lucky. At the same time, we just built a solid deck. We knew we could take that on a risk. Like, it worked out well. And guess what? That puts us at 7-1. We did it. We got our wins. And we even had one loss to spare. This deck did great. Double Dissipate. Hallowed Respite. I think in a normal deck, this would not be good. But in this deck, honestly, just turning the Organ Hoarder into a 4th... removing the Candle Trap and turning the Organ Hoarder into a 4/3 was absolutely amazing. I think it would have been fine on Gale Drifter. It was fine when I used it on the Lunarch Veteran. It was, Hallowed Respite is perfectly fine. It's not an amazing card. We probably could have gone down to 1 and put a better card in. I'm certain there is a better card. I just can't see it right now because I was just doing a great time. But, yeah, maybe... Faithful Mending did not perform too well, though. Faithful Mending was basically just played as another Hallowed Respite. If this was instant speed, this card would be absolutely amazing and worth the rare slots. But yeah, cards did good. Memory Deluge was unnecessary. We already had enough card advantage most of the time. Ominous Roost performed fantastically. This won us several games, I feel. And yeah, Unrolling Mob, this just wasn't the deck for Unrolling Mob. That's all it was. We wanted more protection. A 2-mana 1/1 wasn't the deck for it. But it was a 2-drop, and that was good enough. But yeah, 7-1 with this deck. There we are. Alright, well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.